Wizards has dropped another product on us. I'm Joey Moss with Bad Boy Gaming. Wow. Yeah, Jumpstart. Holy smokes. I mean, they just printed a card with Jumpstart mechanic. But now there's actual Jumpstart. This is legit. 20 card booster pack. I don't think they've ever had a 20 card booster pack, to my knowledge. This is something very different. This is unique. This is official from Wizards of the Coast. This is legit. There's no two ways about it. And we're going to break down what all is Jumpstart. And I have a lot of questions for you guys. And I hope I'm going to answer many of your questions about this product. First off, Jumpstart, according to Wizards, a new kind of play experience inside a new kind of booster. The 20 cards is already pretty new, but what else? In a nutshell, Jumpstart is quite simple. Pick up 2 boosters, shuffle the 2 together, and you're good to go. I'm extremely curious what the price of these are. It seems like this is going to be some kind of draft environment, but there's a lot to behold here, okay? Each booster contains 20 cards. Each booster contains a theme. Now, this is just insane. I have talked about the theme packs before. You guys have seen that. This is going to be a little different than that, but it's almost ironic. Like, I give my 2 cents on some products like the theme boosters and how they need to maybe step it up, include some more rares, make it so it's playable, blah, 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 blah. Enough said. Let me get back to this. Each booster contains a theme, and most of these themes have multiple variations, okay? Again, it's ironic. I'll get to it. Themes such as Garrick or the Curious Doctor. If anyone can fill us in on who the Doctor is, let me know. Cat Pirate deck? Sure. Meow's a good time. Because that's what you're going to kind of find inside of these boosters. And also, there's special mythic rare packs without any variation because there is only one true unicorn deck. What? What does that even mean? Okay? I have not a clue what that exactly means, all right? But a unicorn deck, I think my girlfriend might like that. I might want to play a unicorn deck. Why not? I like Pegasus. So there you go. And that's a thing. You could do a tribal Pegasus build in Standard if you wanted to right now at little success. But this is out there, man. Again, I'm really curious on the price. We haven't found out that information yet. But all mythic rare packs. Is it at all mythic rare pack? I mean, if every single card is mythic and rare, those are like god packs. Now, I cannot verify that these special mythic rare packs will actually be all mythics and rares, but it sounds like it would be. Why would they provide this kind of information and it not be all mythic and rare cards? That's something I'd like answered, but it sounds like it so far. Only one true unicorn. What is that even about? I guess there's going to be a unicorn-based theme, I would assume. And then also each booster contains 20 cards based on a single theme. So maybe you would like goblins or something, or I don't know, maybe, 2 different colors or whatever the case may be, guilds and whatnot. What theme each booster contains is randomized, but each themed 20 cards will be sealed inside the pack and labeled. 1 in 3 boosters will contain an extra rare. That's what I wanted to get to. For a while, I've been talking about these theme boosters, and you guys have seen me open them on the channel. If you haven't seen them, there's like 5 or 6 I've already done. Every time a product drops, I open up the theme booster packs. And I always mentioned, I'm like, it'd be really cool if they threw in an additional rare in this product. Like, that'd be cool, And they did, but it's only like 1 in every 6 or 10 packs or something. It's kind of out there, the odds of pulling them. And the packs are only like $7-8. Are these going to be $7-8? That's another question. There's a lot of uncertainty here. But 1 in 3 boosters will contain an extra rare. I think that's cool. And I'm sure that applies for mythics as well. So you could get an additional rare. You could get an additional mythic. It doesn't say mythic, but I'm assuming that's the route they're going to take, because why would they not? What are going to be inside these? Well, 1 in 3 boosters includes the extra rare, loaded with reprints. Almost 500 reprints. Pay close attention. Jumpstart introduces 37 new cards to the game. I do like that. I like new cards. Now remember, they did away with all this Modern Masters stuff. They said we're done with Modern Masters, we're moving on. They came out with Modern Horizons. They started throwing these crazy cash grab alternate art collector boxes in our face, or these mythic edition boxes, or whatever the case may be, starting back when Ravnica and all that. And it seems like, they have branched away from the whole modern masters, but they just keep like twisting things a little bit, making something different. This product's coming out around the same time, like a couple years ago, that Battle Bond would have came out. So maybe this is like their filler for like, that slot. Like they always have a summer set. That's something unique to Wizards or Magic the Gathering. There's always like some kind of special summer set. And I'm assuming this is that summer set, It introduces 37 new cards to the game. These will not be standard Pioneer or Modern legal cards. These will not be standard Pioneer or Modern legal cards. How are you reprinting 500 cards? I hope I got that right. They're introducing 37 new cards to the game. These will not be standard. These will not be standard Pioneer or Modern legal cards. Legal and Legacy, Vintage, and Commander. I understand now. So we have the odds of us finding cards like from back in the day. Some reprints from maybe Antiquities. Maybe Legends. Of course, Reserve List is a whole different topic. They're not going to reprint Reserve List stuff. And it makes sense why they came up with the Reserve List. One, to protect people with really large bank accounts or known as whales. But, I mean, the other sense, this is allowing people to get their hands on cards from back in the day. I'm assuming they're going to have a lot of, they already said there's going to be 500 reprints. Are there going to be foils in these packs? We don't know that information yet. It hasn't been released. But they're not going to be legal in recent sets. So no standard, no Pioneer, no Modern. But Legacy, Vintage, and Commander. So again, they are really pushing Commander as well. I don't know if you guys have realized that, but Commander is being pushed like crazy. I think they realize Commander is... I think it's the most popular format there is. If you guys haven't heard of Commander, or better known as EDH, give it a look. It is pretty cool. I've played it quite a few times. But it's something you probably won't see appear on the channel too often. I have done a few decks on it, but that's about it. Fun game, though, nonetheless. Great, for getting people together. Closely tied to Core Set 2021. That's right, new Core Set's coming out. Core Set 2021. They share a lot of content and release near one another, but Jumpstart is a standalone product. Like how Battle Bond was. It's a standalone product. But Battle Bond was really printed, I think for Commander. It was like a Commander kind of thing, So maybe this will be kind of like parallel with that, but it says standalone. I guess you want to be doing drafts and stuff with this. We're going to get into that in a minute. This is pretty cool. All cards are legal in Eternal formats, Legacy, Vintage, and Commander. So the reprints they're going to put on these cards, I'm sure some are banned. Some might be banned cards they're going to reprint in here that still have a fairly decent price tag on them. Or just cards like, who cares, like a bunch of crap from Ice Age that no one cares about. Or whatever the case may be. Maybe Urza's Saga. We're going to see some reprints from Urza's Saga, Urza's Legacy, Urza's Destiny. All these older sets. Even, the more recent ones as well, But it says all these cards legal in Eternal formats. So I can only imagine they're going back. They can't be too recent, right? That makes sense. They can't be too recent. Every pack includes one basic land with art that matches the pack's theme. That's kind of cool. Those lands actually might be worth some pretty pennies. A few of them use theme appropriate lands from M21, but most of them use brand new themed land art created specifically just for Jumpstart. That's another thing that's pretty sweet, man. You have me interested, Wizards. You have me highly interested. Pre-release for Jumpstart as well. That's the big thing. Jumpstart cards on Arena will be legal in Historic. What? So it's banned in Standard. They're banned in Modern, banned in Pioneer, but legal in Historic. What sense does that make? This whole Historic format on Arena, the digital age, man, that's crazy. Anyway, however, pre-release for this product will be a little different. And what that means is all-day pre-release at your local participating game store. To my knowledge, pre-release has really always been an all-day event. As long as, the owner can fill those spots, he's staying open, from 12 o'clock release night all the way until, it's done. It's said and done, basically. They'll go all the way through the night. Each player will receive 2 Jumpstart boosters and play away, basically. So there you have it. You get 2 of these Jumpstart boosters, whatever X dollar amount is to get in, and you play away. Earn promo cards the more you play. That's pretty interesting. So if you play a certain amount, or I guess maybe you have to keep winning, you get a promo card. And then in certain situations, I read if you play an extended amount, you get you can possibly get an additional promo card. Okay. Jumpstart pre-release begins June 20th. That's my B-day. Hooray! I know, it's amazing. Through June 21st, first day of summer. I love my birthday in the summer. Jumpstart official release is on July 3rd. So like any other set, it's like 2 weeks after the fact. Pretty interesting stuff. I got some pros and cons here. Let's talk about it. I didn't nail all the pros and cons. I just threw a few up here. I think a big pro for this is local game store support. I have read a lot of complaints, not just in my comment section, but in forums all across the internet, on Facebook and Reddit and Twitter, even Instagram, people complaining that Wizards of the Coast doesn't give a darn about the local game store. Well, I gotta hand it to them. I mean, this is going to help support the local game store. It really, really is, because they're centering it around playing there, drafting, pre-release. It's all, they're really gearing up towards, hey, come inside the shops, come inside and play. Also, possible increased attendance in LGSs. I could see this increasing attendance because this is like a more exclusive product for the local game store if you're going to be doing these drafts and all that. Now, of course, there's going to be people buying these, and they're going to want to play with them, whatever the case may be. I'm assuming it's really hard to say the price on one of these. It looks like it's going to be 36 booster packs in each one, but I could be wrong about that. I don't want to say anything because I'm uncertain how what exactly is going to be in here. It could be the 24 as well. But if they're going to juice these up, let's hope there's some good reprints, and I'm sure there will be. But what does that all mean? Reprints are good because it drops the value of cards. So, the average Joe Schmo like myself and a lot of you out there can get your hands on them. But however, the cons, prices are going to tank. I mean, if they're really reprinting 500 cards, that is a lot of reprints. And some of these cards could hold a pretty penny. They could be pretty valuable. And that's going to scare a lot of people who are collecting. I'll tell you one thing. I got into Magic and I left sports cards. I was collecting sports cards back in the early 90s. My dad got me into that hobby. And I'm like, oh, look, here's another collectible thing. But I can play with the card, It wasn't just, oh, look at this baseball player and his stats. Now it's like there's abilities and you can cast it, and there's like sorceries and instants and enchantments. Oh my. And it just made it really exciting, and meet new friends. You just have it's different experience entirely. It's interactive, It's a beautiful thing. I'm glad Magic came around. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Printing press, yeah. I mean, we saw what happened with Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. They reprinted like some of their first edition cards, Was it Blue Eyes, White Dragon? I don't know all the card names, but that's just one I threw out there. But they reprinted like OGs, and that upset the entire community. Now, of course, they're not going to do that. They're not going to reprint a Black Lotus. They're on the reserve list. But this does mean a lot of cards from back in the day are not safe. If it's not on the reserve list, it ain't safe, okay? It's a gamble when you dabble back then, especially now with something like this coming. 500 cards, that's pretty hefty stuff, guys. Yeah, and bleeding wallets. Our wallets are definitely going to be taking a beating from this, as if they haven't already. It seems like they're announcing a new product like once a month almost. Something new is dropping, Sometimes even more frequent than that. It's just left and right, especially with mystery boosters are being reprinted. So there's a whole bunch of new cards entering. That's more geared towards like Modern and Commander. Really, I believe it's geared towards Commander. But it's getting a lot of Modern reprints in there and foils. Very crazy stuff, man. I don't know what to make of all this. I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of overwhelmed at the same time, And I think a lot of you might be as well. Let me know your thoughts on this one. This one's definitely out there. Completely new product. My face, I think, says enough. I'm just confused. But yeah, by all means, guys, if you do enjoy the content you see on the channel, be subscribed, hit the like button, and hit the bell, and you can be alerted when a new video drops on Bad Boy Gaming. And also, there's links for my Patreon, for members, social media info, and ways to save money on Magic cards from like over 1,000 different stores. It's really cool. So give it all a look. See, Jumpstart. Are you ready? Are you ready to rumble? And yeah, stick around for the mystery opening. Also, I did do a mystery booster opening. I opened 4 boosters of mystery. Actually, I opened like 20 in total. You can go back and check out the videos. Just search like Bad Boy Gaming Mystery Booster, and you'll see a plethora of videos with the mystery boosters. There you have it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Check out these other videos, and I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. And I'm going to see you in the comment section. This is crazy. Skadoosh.